lie that you won't neglect me. Like Big Polo said, you will respect me. Do I need to say anymore? Yo, do I need to say anymore? Yo, do I need to say anymore? Yo, say no more in case you don't know. So in case you know, the case is low. Even if we get a chance to take a stand and dance. Gotta remember the game is so advanced. 4 clicks from the mallet, it sounds like hoods. Realize you in the courtroom dancing with wolves. If I'm not my best, I won't rest till I am. I grind it out in the tin, eat my rhymes out of can. Say no more if I'm a man, I can. I won't stop till the full course, mill in my hand. So listen, it's better than I'm better than before. Like a few G's, you gon' know the scope, bro. Do I need to say anymore? Bet. Yo, do I need to say anymore? Bet. Say no more, folks.
Welcome back to the show. And hold on, turn that too short up.
I'll be a player for life, so where's my wife? Probably at the rehab, stuck on the pipe, cause she must be smoking, and I'm not joking. Too short, baby, coming straight from Oakland, got way more bitches than I ever need. I put that on a big fat bag of weed, cause I can give you a bitch and we can give you a joint.
Yeah, I'm too short. Welcome back to the show, man. So the last couple of weeks, man, after this whole Trump thing, I realized that it was actually real and not a nightmare. I've been trying to separate myself from that talk, man. And, I did a lot of that the year of the election. And I think that attributed to my high blood pressure. So, once again, it bees like that sometimes. And we got talking about this Trump and Barack and politics or whatever. We do a little bit of that. We do a lot more here than we were told to do when we were on radio. And I get it because politics, very polarizing. But you know what? This is my show. We can do anything the hell we want. And I think it's interesting talk. Whatever interesting talk is deemed by you, then we'll talk about it here on the Doug Stewart Show. Any and every time. I don't know. At the end of the day, I guess, and it's just conversation. It's just healthy conversation. You'll hear a lot more of that talk on the Underground Railroad Show, which will be back on Stewart Media and Entertainment next week with my man, That Ninja. Looking forward to that. You'll hear a lot more of that talk on his show. But on this show, I don't like to stick to it too long because it bogs down everything and all of the other conversation. But I'll give you my opinion. Simple as that. I'll give you my opinion, period. And so it is what it is. Kawhi Leonard scored 25 points in the San Antonio Spurs. Beat up on Cleveland last night, man, 103-74. Yeah. Cleveland been struggling over the last month, man. LaMarcus Aldridge and Pau Gasol added 14 points apiece for the Spurs, who won their fifth straight game. Cleveland, who's now 47-26, dropped into its second game in a row. It set a season low for points and fell a half game behind the Boston Celtics. I talked about this yesterday. They were in a dead heat as far as first place in the Eastern Conference. Now, with this loss last night to San Antonio, the Cleveland Cavaliers are a half game behind the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. Cleveland opted to play its stars rather than sit them for the rest, but the trio of James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love sat out the fourth quarter of the Cavs' second rout in the past 2 weeks. James exited with 25 seconds remaining in the third after taking an elbow to his neck from David Lee on a rebound. He finished with 17 points, 8 boards, and 8 assists in 29 minutes. And once again, Cleveland Cavaliers are a half game out of first place. Now, I think I said this yesterday. I don't think that Cleveland is in jeopardy to losing in the Eastern Conference Finals, even though Boston would have a game advantage in the playoffs, a 7-game, the 7th game in a series with the Cleveland Cavaliers would be in Boston. Like, I just don't believe that at all. But these aren't good indicators from the last month. Like, they're just not, last year and really over the last, 5-6 trips with LeBron to the playoffs, it seems like right before the playoffs, the chemistry starts to click with LeBron James-led teams. This year is different. Usually, once again, the last 5 or 6 years, what's LeBron been to the finals the last 6 years in a row? Usually, they struggle throughout the season. LeBron will take a trip to Miami or wherever. He'll go back to Cleveland if he were in Miami, or he'd go to Miami if he were in Cleveland, kind of like reset. And then he'd go back and they get everything clicking on all cylinders. And by the time the playoffs come around, they're good to go. They're Gucci. All right? Usually by the time the playoffs come around, they're Gucci. LeBron James teams are Gucci when the playoffs roll around. Not this year. Not this year. In his legacy, man, it's going to be a real hit if LeBron goes back to the finals and loses again. All right? What's his record in the finals? He's been to the finals 6 times. And he's got, 3 rings? 2 with Miami, 1 with Cleveland. So he's 3-3 in the finals right now, I believe. I might be off on that. So he's 3-3 in the finals. Oh, no, he's got to be 3-4 because he went to the finals also with Cleveland the first time around. So he's at least 3-4 with, being in the NBA Finals. So if he goes to another NBA Finals and he loses another NBA Finals, and he's 3-5 in the finals, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Who was it? Somebody, I'm looking at it right now. And, I lost a damn chat message. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I think somebody said he's 3-6 in the finals. He's been to the finals 9 times? I don't think that's right. I don't think he's been to the finals 9 times. My gosh. From LD, from the D, man, he got 3 ships, Doug. Stop it, Doug. No, I'm not saying this trying to belittle what the man has done. The man's one of the greatest basketball players of all times. But whenever we start talking about LeBron James, when basketball fans start talking about LeBron James in comparison to Michael Jordan, the commentary always leads to, I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. The conversation always leads to Michael Jordan is 6-0 in NBA Finals, and LeBron James, not so much. He goes to another finals, man, and loses. I'm just saying, that's not a good look. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. All right? Also last night in the NBA, Russell Westbrook hit a pull-up jumper with 7 seconds left, and the Thunder erased a 13-point deficit in the final 4 minutes for a 92-91 victory over the Mavericks on Monday night. This guaranteed the Dallas Mavericks their first losing record in 17 full seasons under Mark Cuban. So they've had Mark Cuban at the head of the team, owning the team. They've had Dirk Nowitzki, who's been a solid player for a long-ass time. The six-time All-Star and current NBA scoring leader, whom Cuban steadfastly claims isn't a superstar. Y'all remember dumbass Mark Cuban said Russell Westbrook ain't a superstar? Yeah. Yeah, you remember Mark Cuban said that Russell Westbrook isn't a superstar. That might be one of the dumbest statements I've heard in a long time. He had his third straight triple-double with 37, 13, and 10. And here's something I want to remind y'all again, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I want to remind y'all something again about Russell Westbrook and these triple-doubles, where you've seen guys before get triple-doubles and they lose, though in effect being hollow triple-doubles. Russell Westbrook is getting triple-doubles, and they win. So it's not like what he's doing isn't warranted or he doesn't need to have this production output for them to win games. Damn near, if he doesn't do what he does, they don't win games. They're not in the playoffs. Get that man the MVP award. He scored 12 points in a 14-0 run by Oklahoma City to finish it all. And talking about, was he trying to convince Mark Cuban that he was a superstar? He says, nah, man, who had 37 triple-doubles and needs 4 more in the final 9 games to tie Oscar Robertson's NBA record set during the 61-62 season. He says, quote, I play every night the same way. Whatever he says doesn't even matter to me. He's going to do his job, and I'm going to do mine. Well said, youngin. Well said. The Thunder won for the 7th time in 9 games since a 4-game losing streak that matched the season high. They closed out a game that at least 14-0 run for the second time this season, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. They had a 15-0 spurt in the 114-102 win against Memphis on February 3rd. The rest of the NBA has combined for one such game-ending run this season. Wow. Every other team in the NFL combined has only done this one time, and the Thunder have done it twice. Up next for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they take on the Orlando Magic on Wednesday to finish a 3-game trip in 4 nights. Go ahead and give Russell Westbrook the MVP, man. I don't think they're going to do it, but they should. I don't think they're going to do it, man, and it's sad, and I've talked about this the last couple of days, so I'm really not going to get into it right now. It's very sad, but I don't think he's going to get it, man. The man is doing something that's only been done one other time in NBA history, and it hadn't been done since 1961-62 season. It's not like his team is, he's doing all this on a bad team. Once again, they're in the playoffs. They are in the playoff run right now. As a matter of fact, they can actually move up in the standings. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. They can move up from one spot from, I think, 5th to 4th in the standings if things play themselves out right. They have that opportunity. Let me make sure and verify that. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. In the Western Conference right now, Oklahoma City right now is 6th. So they have an opportunity to move up to 5th. They can easily catch the L.A. Clippers. They're 1 game behind L.A. for the 5th spot, and they're 1.5 games. Let me make sure. They probably won't catch the Utah Jazz with the 4th spot. But they got a very good chance in getting that 4th spot, that 5th spot from the L.A. Clippers. That man deserves the MVP award, man. It's sad, but he's probably not going to get it. But he definitely deserves it. This is the politics in sports that I hate. I mean, who's more important to their team? That old conversation about, is it most valuable to your team or the best player? Hell, the best player is LeBron James. We all know that. He's not going to get it. You can tell he's not going to get it. You can just pay attention to sports and to the Puppet Factory and to Fox Sports and what these major publications and entities are saying about what's going to happen in voting or whatever, because I guess they do lightweight talk to insiders, people inside the front office and people, closely associated with basketball. I get that. And if you follow these cats, man, they're going to give it to James Harden, who's a great player. But this year, there shouldn't be any doubt on who the MVP should be. You're talking about most valuable to your team is Russell Westbrook.